Looky here. We got a nice little surprise in the road this morning. Not even herping, and we've got a little juvenile copperhead. We've seen quite a few of these on the road lately, but nice way to start out the video. We'll just move this guy off in the direction he was heading. I'm glad that truck behind us didn't hit him. Come on. Go on. Go on. Come on. Let's go. I wish my hook would actually like get under him. There we go. Go on. So we've got quite the heat wave going on right now, and it's going to make the next week or so pretty difficult to find snakes, I think. We are going to try some night cruising tonight, but we've got the haze from the wildfires in Canada that's also making things just weird and might potentially impact the snake activity, but these temperatures are more so what I'm concerned about. Luckily, there's a little bit of relief coming later in the week. We've got mid to high 90s that we're going to have to deal with, so... Well, we've had a pretty dramatic shift in the weather. Some completely unforecasted showers, or that's a pretty light way of describing it. It was actually a severe thunderstorm. Popped up and came through the area, knocked down a bunch of trees, and the temperature has dropped about 25 degrees. So it's in the mid 70s right now. It feels like pretty good weather for snakes. So we're gonna go for a walk around here at home and flip the tin here and see if there's anything hanging out. All right, we're gonna check on this red-bellied snake that's been hanging out under this piece of tin since March. Let's see if she's here today. Does not look like it. Oh, nope, yep, she is. I just did not see her at first. Look at that. Looks pretty gravid. Not as gravid as I would expect her to look right now, given the time of year, but it might just be a snake that enjoys hanging out under this piece. It's entirely possible. We flipped it multiple times, and I just wanted to see if she was still here after all this hot weather, so could be a good indicator that there will be stuff under 10 today, though. Well, that's an unexpected surprise. I just found a clutch of snake eggs under one of the adjacent pieces to where the red-bellied snake is. That is really cool. I do want to see what these turn into, so I could either incubate them myself, or I could leave them here and we can check up on them periodically and hope that we find them once they hatch. So I think we're going to do the second option and just leave these right here, cover them back up, and check up on them every couple of weeks. I'm guessing they'll probably hatch sometime around mid-August, maybe a little bit before then. But for now, we're going to cover them back up and make sure this piece retains its humidity level, because snakes choose very carefully where they lay their eggs. Only about that big. This piece has had a worm snake under it for quite a while, honestly. We've seen this worm snake throughout the spring. And he is there today with an actual worm and a ringneck. My guy, what's up? Well, there we go. Some pretty fast snakes to start out the episode. Ringneck and a worm snake. The worm snake's probably a recapture, but I don't think we've seen this ringneck yet this year. He's got a stub tail, so should be pretty easily recognized. There's another ringneck. Very nice. That thing doesn't produce very often. Look at that. That is a female southeastern five-line skink tending to her eggs. We'll cover her back up. I don't want to disturb her. Very, very cool, though. A marbled salamander. That's a weird one. I suppose it's not too surprising after all that rain, but never something that I'm expecting to see in the middle of the summer like this, especially an adult. The little metamorphs are one thing, but just to find a full-grown, healthy adult like that in the middle of the summer is definitely odd. Very good-looking salamander, though. I missed the flip clip because this board never has anything under it, but today it has a ringneck. All right, y'all, well, nothing crazy going on out here today. It was very nice to see some evidence that our local lizard and snake populations are reproducing and thriving, and decent diversity too, with a nice marbled salamander thrown in there. But I'm probably going to call it a day here, and I will see you guys in the morning, where hopefully we'll be road cruising. I say hopefully because road cruising has been terrible recently, like awful. Like you can't even rely on seeing anything, much less like a big target species like a coral snake. So kind of ambitious tomorrow, but hopefully it'll go well. We'll see. The forecast, the high today is 95 degrees, and we're about to go morning cruising, because I'm a psycho. Alright, a little bit of morning 10 to start the day. Let's see if there's anybody hanging out in here. This never produces anything. Oh, there's a ringneck. Well, there's been a lot of ringnecks in this episode so far and not much else. But that's the first I think we've seen one red-bellied snake in this stack before. Oh my goodness. Little baby turkeys. Look at them. Oh, that's awesome. You love to see it. Alright, we'll keep cruising. Haven't seen anything yet. A cooter! What is she doing down there? Just sticking her head out. That's a really good looking turtle though. I don't know that we're going to be able to get down there and catch her, so we'll just leave her right there, but first herp of the day. Only thing we've seen other than the ringneck so far. Well, the day went very much so not as planned, and I wish I could say that was surprising, but this is just how things have been for the last couple weeks. I'm actually caught up to my backlog, and we've entered the dog days of summer, at least temporarily. I think once the weather starts to improve a little bit, we'll be able to get out and have some successful outings, but for now, we're kind of sitting in the fire. It's going to be up to 95 degrees today, potentially even hotter. And this is probably going to be one of the biggest heat waves of the summer, so there's going to be at least a little bit of a period where I'm pretty inactive on YouTube. What you've seen so far in this video is a pretty typical week this time of year. It's just been very slow, and despite a lot of effort, I haven't been able to rustle up any good finds over the last couple of outings. But I do have a pretty exciting announcement to make. In August, we will be taking our first international herping trip, and I am incredibly excited about that. I think we're going to keep the destination on the down low for now, so it's a nice surprise that you guys can look forward to for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be herping every day, more or less, at least doing a little bit of night cruising or morning cruising, just depending on what the weather looks like. But I might be down to one upload a week for the next couple of weeks until we hit the international trip and I can start getting a backlog again. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know a lot of you guys are too. I've been asked a million times when I'm going to start traveling internationally, and the answer is August. There's definitely some very exciting stuff in the near future to look forward to, but the next couple of weeks are potentially going to be a little slow. I'm going to do everything I can to get interesting videos out before the trip, and once we get into August, I'm sure the herping will pick up, but July is just a very slow month all around, and I'm sure we'll have some very good outings regardless. But just don't expect 2 videos a week every week between now and when I leave for the trip, because that's going to be very hard for me to accomplish while trying to get a backlog. And over that time period, I want to make sure that you guys get at least 1 video a week while I'm gone. So thank you guys for being patient. I would like to take a moment here to plug the Patreon. Thank you guys so much, everybody that's been supporting me on Patreon over the years. You guys are really making the difference and making me able to make this kind of trip. But yeah, I'm very excited about the next couple of months. I just wanted to clarify that there's going to be a slight decrease in the output of my channel as I prepare for this big trip and big step for the channel's growth. So yeah, even if I'm not posting twice a week, just know that I am grinding still, but the odds are against us because it is effectively the worst time of year now other than the middle of winter. But there are still cool snakes to be found, and I will be looking for them up until the day I leave. Alright, time for another midsummer classic. Up before the sun is up, and we're going to make a long drive. See if we can get into some snakes this morning. Alright, we've made it to our destination for the day. And I'm here with Hunter. And we're going to be hiking around looking for... Really, the big goal today is to see a timber. But there's a whole list of things that could potentially be here. So we're going to target timbers, and if we see anything else, then that's perfectly fine too.
You might have to walk around this tree to make sure I'm not missing anything.
All right, well, there is a timber shed right there already. First thing this morning. We're going to try to get a better look and see if this snake might be around this area, but that is an encouraging sign. This is this shed stretched out. That is just... We gotta find it. It's soaking wet. This shed is from like yesterday. So we're gonna canvas this area and see if we can turn this snake up, because that is something I need to see. I need this in my life. That has got to be one of the biggest timbers I've ever seen. And we're right here in this little, relatively urban park. We just have to find this snake. I mean, look at it, it's wet. It's soaking wet still. We have to find it. We're gonna canvas this area and just do laps until the snake turns up, because it's got to be relatively close. So you can see where this timber sat. Look at this little depressed area in the leaf litter right here. That is 100% where that giant snake was sitting. And it's just nowhere to be seen at this point in time. Well, that's a weird flip. Mama and her eggs. This log just split when I went to roll it, and that popped out. Try to put this back as gently as possible though. Really cool. Been seeing lots of skink eggs lately. This habitat could just not be much better for timbers. Like, look at all this deadfall. Perfect. We just have to spot one. Hey, well, also it's cloudy now. Look at that. So, along with some like snail eggs and a scorpion, there are 2 minuscule eggs right here. I think these almost have to be ground skink based on how small they are. Pretty cool to see though. I mean, that's like unfathomably tiny. Finally, an actual herp. There's a beautiful eastern box turtle right there. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's something at least. We've definitely seen like quite a few signs of herps, but there just hasn't been much actual herp action up until this point, so pretty cool. We'll just leave that guy right there. Hopefully there will be more to come. Still overcast. Definitely getting a little bit warmer, but it feels good out here. Hopefully there's still some snakes to be found, even though it's like midday at this point. We still haven't seen a single one. Hey, look, another box turtle in the middle of the day. It's kind of absurdly hot now, and we're pretty much winding down, at least for the morning. And there's this guy on the way back to the car. Second one of the day. This is the problem with this time of year. The morning's over, sun is out, it's hot, and it's like 1:30 p.m. so I don't know what's going on back there. But I have like, I don't know, 5 hours to kill before there's a chance that it could be good herping weather again. So I think I might nap in my car for a little bit, then potentially go walk around a little bit more in the afternoon, then try to road cruise once it gets dark, assuming it doesn't start raining, which is always what happens, as I'm sure you guys have realized by now. So I'm literally on the edge of the parking lot right now. Took a little nap, woke up feeling nice and refreshed, and right here in the parking lot is another box turtle. Just chilling down in this grass. Something happening over there. I can't see what to do in it, but I can see the plants moving. Oh, it's a box turtle. I see it. It's number 4 for the day. I just heard the plants moving. I was like, what is that? It's the second box turtle we found with our ears this year. Hello, beautiful. I just wanted to get a quick look at her, get a voucher shot where you can see her whole shell, and we'll put her right back. There you go. Probably out here munching on blueberries. Very nice. Well, at least we can say we've seen plenty of those today. There's not a ton of them, but you can see right here, I'm guessing that's why that box turtle is out here rummaging around in this low-lying vegetation, because a lot of it is blueberry. I just found another box turtle with my ears. You can see the vegetation rustling. I'm assuming that's what, yep, I see him. There's a lizard. There's a fence lizard. Way up there. But this guy is right there. It's crazy how well these guys disappear when they're down in that muscadine vine. Is that our, I think that's our 6th box turtle of the day. Might be our 5th. I might have lost count. But either way, we've seen more of these than anything today. Don't beef with me, beef with the ant. I don't want your beetle. Look at him go. Well, that's a weird one. That's the first time I've ever seen a black-bellied salamander in Metro Atlanta. That is definitely strange. I wonder if they've been found here before. Oh, we just saw quite a few of these guys in the mountains, but admittedly, it is quite a bit cooler seeing one here where we weren't expecting it. This could even be a county record. I know some people have been finding them in the Piedmont recently, but that is definitely my first time seeing them this far away from the mountains. Alright y'all, well it's that time of day where I'm going to start doing laps on the road, and hopefully the snakes are going to be moving tonight. It's been a pretty good day all around just in terms of seeing stuff, but we have not seen a single snake, so I would really like for that to change here this afternoon. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to grind out these roads and hope something crosses. Would you look at that? A snake. Hey bud, I don't want to hurt you. Come here. I just wanted to show you to the viewership after a long snakeless day. It is very nice to see you. I think this is a pretty nice looking black rat here in northeast Georgia. He was actually heading the other way, so I'm gonna let him go in the direction he was initially heading. But nice to see a snake finally after being out here since about 8 o'clock this morning. It's just now like 6:30. This was actually one of the things that Hunter really wanted to see today. Look at that belly. So of course it happens after he leaves, but hopefully that will not be the only snake we see, but I'm just glad to see a snake of some kind because cruising has been so slow lately. All right, dude. Here you go. Go the other way, away from the road. Well, it's been a couple hours after dark and I have not seen another snake. The night cruising this year you just can't make up how bad it's been. And granted tonight I'm on a new road, but normally when I hit a new road, I find copperheads, baby rat snakes. And it's not really been worth the time and money that it takes to night cruise. But I'm still doing it, I'm just not doing it as often as I normally would this time of year because things have just been so bad. I don't know what it is, but snakes just haven't been moving at night, and they haven't really been moving during the day as well as they normally do either. A lot of our luck has been on foot or flipping, which is fine with me because that stuff's more fun anyways. It's just weird that road cruising hasn't been producing, and it's just getting frustrating. But anyways, it ended up being a pretty solid day all around. I'm making my way home now. I'm glad we saw all those box turtles and at least got one snake, and just seeing that giant timber shed was pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I know it wasn't the most exciting episode, but like I explained earlier, I'm mostly including this as an announcement for it's been pretty slow lately, and the videos are gonna slow down a little bit as I start to prepare for this big international trip. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.